Vanessa Behan Crisis Nursery, a place for kids to just be kids. Nestled off of 8th Avenue near the Perry District in Spokane, Washington, Vanessa Behan Crisis Nursery is one of the only crisis nurseries in Spokane. They offer 24-hour child care, parent education, crisis counseling, and referrals. Their mission is to improve the lives of children by providing immediate refuge, safety, and ongoing family support in an environment of unconditional love. Volunteers and certified house parents care for the children on a 24-hour basis. Angie Hill, a lead house parent, was asked, "Why do you work at Vanessa Behan Crisis Nursery?"
I like to be in a job where I feel like I'm making a difference. So sometimes with kids, I had one that had, sometimes they act out, and then having him be so upset, and because so much is going on in home lives, like I don't know what they're always dealing with. I have a rough draft, but I really don't know what they're going through. So I had a little guy that was acting out, and he was screaming and kicking, and I couldn't figure out what it was, what the real issue was, just something little that happened that made him explode. So I just kind of took him aside and sat with him and asked him if he wanted me to give him a hug, and he came and crawled in my lap. He was still upset and screaming, but then just let me hug him for a long time, and then finally he stopped. And then they get, like, once they have this little act out, then they have like this attachment to you, and then they want to run around and be with you, and like all of a sudden you're like their best friend. And then we just spent the rest of the night together, had a bunch of one-on-one, and he was a happy camper when he went to bed.
Cool.
Yep. So things like that make it rewarding.
Children can stay for up to 72 hours at Vanessa Behan for a number of reasons, which include, but are not limited to, abuse, homelessness, parents that just need a break, or illnesses in the family. Certified house parents bathe, play, and then rock the children to sleep each night. For some house parents, the night shift can be difficult emotionally. Teresa Venne and Angie Hill discuss the differences between daytime and nighttime shifts.
The daytime we have a lot of kids coming and going, so we're working on making sure that the kids are ready when it's time to go and welcoming the new kids in. So there's a lot of transfers during the day. In the evening, the kids are figuring out that they're not going home, that whatever is, for whatever reason, mom couldn't come pick them up, or something happened and they need to stay overnight. And that's really hard for the kids, especially if they haven't been here before. It's hard for them to just stay here. And it's a different place. It's different than daycare. It's different kind of activity than what they're used to. It's different than home.
It was different for me being here during the day, the fact that they can stay up to 72 hours. And I mostly worked a day shift, so when I got spread out and I started working some gray shifts, it was really different. And that it was hard for me, and that there's all these babies in these matching beds at night, and they're not at home. Like, they don't have a home at that time to be at for whatever reason. We do serve a lot of homeless kids. We have a lot of kids that come in that are homeless. And it felt more like an orphanage or something to me, whereas like there's just all these little guys lined up. It was a different perspective than it is during the day. So.
Working at a facility that provides care to children in need can be an extremely satisfying job. Teresa comments on the best part about working at Vanessa Behan.
I think the best part is it's when you can soothe the kid, or when you can have a kid have a good experience, when you know that you have made the kid's day better, whether it's stopping a crying child, or whether it's helping a 6-year-old accept that she's here, or whatever the issue is, just helping the kids.
Vanessa Behan is licensed to care for 35 children at one time. There's one adult for every 4 children. Children from the ages of 0 to 6 are admitted, and it is not uncommon to see sets of multiples and siblings staying at the nursery. The certified house parents are often unsung heroes. This is more than just a daycare. They are there to wipe their tears, tuck them in, listen to their needs, and sometimes just to hold them tight. Certified house parents are dedicated individuals who allow children to escape the stresses in their lives. At Vanessa Behan Crisis Nursery, it is a safe haven for kids to just be kids.